work and everything else. Just everything's chaotic right now, so I get it. And you know what else is chaotic? Or you know what else was chaotic? Going right into it.
Yeah.
COVID, remember that? Remember that shit from way back?
Wait, COVID? What's that?
That's that thing. He's that guy. So, I'm sure you heard about the Project Veritas thing, right? Okay, so the Pfizer director talks about wanting to alter COVID for further profit. Oh, and that was the whole. Did you get like far into it? Like know anything specifically about it?
No, I just heard about the kind of poking and prodding of it aspect.
It's Pfizer working to make COVID more dangerous so it can sell more vaccines with a question mark. U.S. senators send letter to Pfizer CEO Borla after Project Veritas sting. This is hours after conservative group Project Veritas published a sting operation wherein Pfizer director Jordan Walker was heard claiming that the pharmaceutical company was mutating, quotes, the COVID-19 virus strains.
Didn't they have him wigging out on camera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on camera. This is after whatever date he was on with whatever reporter from Project Veritas.
Yeah.
And they're talking about it, which is interesting. Like, how do you get on that discussion? It's like, tell me more about your job. Like, how do you not?
So what do you do for work? I'm a CEO of a pharmaceutical company. Really? Tell me all about Pfizer and the things you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Wait, how did you know about that? I'm so interested in you. Okay, I'll go.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was.
Oh, don't worry, guy.
I guess it was like the second or third date.
I bet you afterwards, even after the flip out, he was like, should we still try?
So
call me.
So the whole thing is, yeah. So he kind of spills the beans on what they do. I guess it says the investigative report suggests that Pfizer may be conducting gain of function research, which they dubbed it directed evolution. So it's like, well, it's not gain of function. It's kind of like the
we want to learn what we
Fauci thing. It's like, it's not gain of function. We're just taking viruses and mutating them and seeing if we can create other for possible future strains, so we could get ahead of the game creating other vaccines. Well, that's called gain of function. But it's not gain of function. You just fucking describe gain of function. That's not what we're doing.
That's like cutting a piece of wood saying, we're not cutting this wood to make it smaller. We're trying to get ahead of it just dying and falling apart.
You're drinking coffee out of a cup. It's not a cup. This is a cylindrical object that's empty inside with a bottom we can put liquids in to drink out of. And it also has a handle. A cup? No, it's not a cup.
It's empty inside? So what? It's my soul?
We can put things in. We just choose not to.
Well, at least not while I'm conscious. Fucking.
Yes.
I'm not taking that. Wait, it's the same coffee cup.
Find a happy place. Anyway,
yeah.
Away
from the sodomy.
Research to mutate SARS-CoV-2 virus to create additional, more potent variants and vaccines to combat future variants. What could fucking go wrong?
That's like seeing which drink to put the roofie in for the fastest effect. Okay, beer. She drank the whole thing. She's still conscious. Okay, vodka. She drank the whole thing. She's still conscious. Okay, chloroform. Oh, she took one whiff and passed out.
Cool. All right, so it's in between vodka and chloroform.
Now, if she drinks it, does that mean butt stuff?
Get in, loser.
Seriously, that's stupid.
She was wearing the shirt, I swear. So Pfizer responds to these research claims. In the ongoing development of this is from Pfizer.com themselves. In the ongoing development of the Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, Pfizer has not conducted gain-of-function research or directed evolution research. This is them saying it. So, we have conducted research where the original SARS-CoV-2 virus has been used to express the spike protein from new variants of concern. This work is undertaken once a new variant of concern has been identified by public health authorities. This research provides a way for us to rapidly assess the ability of an existing vaccine to induce antibodies that neutralize a newly identified variant of concern. We then make this data available through peer-reviewed scientific journals and use it as one of the steps to determine whether a vaccine update is required. Pfizer undertakes in vitro work, laboratory culture dish to identify potential resistance mutations to naturally evolving virus, important routinely accessed.
Naturally evolving my ass.
Well, now
My ass naturally evolves. Compared to that, are you serious? They're saying they're not, but they wait. So let me make sure I understood what you just read.
Wait. Here you go. In a limited number of cases, when a full virus does not contain any known gain-of-function mutations, such virus may be engineered to enable the assessment of antiviral activity in cells. But we're not doing anything to it.
So basically what they're saying, okay, that's still kind of stupid. That's like building Frankenstein's monster. That's like building Frankenstein's monster without a heart.
We didn't.
It's not a monster. It's not
abnormal.
It's not a monster until we put a heart in it. When we can put things in its butt or play with its penis and flick its nipples a little bit and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's basically what they're doing.
Yeah.
What a fucking weirdos.
So, moving on with further COVID bullshit, because it just keeps coming back. Although, you see, May 15th, I think, that Biden said that we're officially out of the whole emergency pandemic, everything.
Oh, yeah.
So everything should be going back to normal.
Yeah.
I think, he said 11th, but I think it's the 15th.
Yeah, coming
I think
up.
it's just whatever it is.
That'll change.
From Reuters, U.S. CDC still looking at potential stroke risk from Pfizer Balvin COVID shot. This was they were doing research to see if there's a link between the latest COVID booster shot and I think the latest flu shot or one of the flu shots. U.S. Food and Drug Administration officials said that they had not detected a link between the shots and strokes in two other safety monitoring databases. All right. It was very unlikely to present a true clinical risk. Dr. Nicola Klein of healthcare company Kaiser, which maintains VSD data from the CDC, said the rate of strokes observed in the database had slowed in recent weeks, but the signal was still statistically significant, meaning likely not by chance. Said most of the confirmed cases had also received a flu vaccine at the same time, which might be a factor. So that's why I said the latest booster shot and the flu vaccine. So there may be a correlation between strokes.
Oh,
maybe a correlation between strokes.
Okay. Well,
this whole thing is going to be touch and go for quite a while with all the vaccines, all the COVID vaccines. But I think that's why a lot of people that like myself are like, I'm not going to go and just jump on the bandwagon and get it because it's so brand new. And like, the argument you always heard was like, well, we've always had COVID vaccines. This is just a new variant, so we altered it. Like, yeah, you altered it. But, I mean, look at the ingredients to plastic compared to margarine. I mean, it's very similar. It's just altered a little bit, and you get two fucking completely different things.
Oh, especially since now there's research and science. There's experiments and research going into plastics, where we can eat them. Because apparently...
Where did I hear that before?
TikTok. I believe I sent you a video.
Is that cannabis?
No.
Or
like straight up the plastic water bottle.
Why no plastics leach into fucking everything?
Well, apparently there's research and experiments being done into figuring out a way to compose the plastics with a biodegradable material in there that is ingestible and digestible, basically. So to the point where
that just doesn't seem safe, though.
To the point where when we used to pretend to eat the Play Kitchen hamburger when we were 5, you probably really can in the next 10 to 20 years.
But I mean, don't they already have that sort of though with like the candy burgers and stuff like that? You get
the gummy.
Yeah, like stuff like that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about silicone breast implants. I'm like, no, it's totally different. You don't swallow. The gummy burgers and gummy worms.
I really wish I'd known that before this show. Fuck me.
What did you do before the show?
Abstract. So, yes, Death Wish. There is a chicken egg shortage, correct? I've heard a couple different. I mean,
Yeah,
we just had another
Oh.
place burned down with like 100,000 of them, something like that. Out
Yeah,
west.
there's some sort of poultry shortage going on.
Right.
Whether it's the eggs or it's the chickens themselves.
Right.
But you want to hear some fucking crazy shit?
Go ahead.
A local pizzeria in the neighboring town, okay?
All right. I think I know what.
PJ's.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. The pizza, I ordered out there a couple weeks back. They have this 24 cut party pizza.
Right.
It's good. Oh, it's very good value for 24 pieces of pizza that are only that big.
Right.
But still, good food, good price. That pizza with 3 toppings on half the pizza and 2 orders of 10 wings, 20 wings, came to like 60 something and change.
Right.
Here's the fucked up part. The pizza itself was like $27.
I was gonna say it's like $24 or something.
$24, $25.
Right.
The rest was the wings.
Yeah. You know, there's a place, I have to get the name of it. We were just talking about this at work last
The
week.
wings were like $35 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
That's almost $2 a goddamn wing.
Yeah.
Whatever
There'd be a fucking good wing.
Whatever happened to 10-cent wings? Remember 10-cent wing nights? At bars and shit?
Long dead.
Remember?
Yeah, long dead.
You go with like $20.
Well, now they're going to
with like 10 pounds of chicken in your ass.
We'll have $2 wing night, but we'll give you a 10-cent beer. Milwaukee Best.
Fine.
Fine.
I could drink myself.
Best we can do.
I could drink myself into believing this is a value.
Brilliant. Listen, if we just switch the prices.
If we drink enough, this will make sense.
Well,
Poultry shortage, good. Eggs.
yeah, there's egg shortage, poultry. I heard one that because of inflation, it's going up. And there was a farmer. I don't know if you sent it to me or maybe I just happened to stumble across it. There's a farmer talking on TikTok explaining why the prices of eggs were going up. Or explaining why there was a shortage, not why they were going up, which actually would cause even more of a price hike.
It would have to something you had to have found because I don't think I've seen anything recently about this.
No, this is maybe a week or so ago.
No, I mean within the last few weeks.
So he goes on to explain it, and he says the reason they're putting out there is because of inflation. Well, prices are going up because of inflation. And he says, what's going on now? And this is a distributor of eggs, like one of the local, but bigger, but local distributors. So he's in this warehouse with tons of eggs behind him. And he goes, it's not because the prices are going up. He goes, these eggs are sitting here waiting to be bought. The problem is these stores that are selling them are jacking up the prices, but not trickling the profits down to the farmers. So the farmers
Just like milk.
The farmers are eating the cost to produce the eggs with the price of everything going up, but they're not getting the returns. So he goes, we simply can't just sell the eggs for the cost they're doing because we can't afford to keep the machine going. Mind you, the stores are taking the eggs, selling them for what, $8 a fucking dozen and shit like that. Some places are $8 a dozen.
Oh yeah.
That was that. But then, us being us, one day I will have one of those hats, one of our tinfoil hats.
Oh. Hell yeah.
This is from National Library of Medicine. Chicken egg yolk antibodies, the IgYs, blocking the binding in multiple SARS-CoV-2 spike protein variants in humans. In other words, borderline stopping it. The SARS-CoV-2 virus is still spreading worldwide, and
eggs are stopping it.
And there is an urgent need to effectively prevent the control of this pandemic. This study evaluated the potential efficacy of egg yolk antibodies as a neutralizing agent against SARS-CoV-2. It says, We investigate the neutralizing effect of the anti-spike S1 IgYs of the SARS-CoV-2 pseudovirus, as well as its inhibitory effect on the binding of the coronavirus spike protein mutants and human, the ACE2. Mutants! Our results show...
I just had a thought. Go ahead.
Our results show that the anti-spike S1 IgY show significant neutralizing potency against SARS-CoV-2 pseudovirus. Various spike protein mutants have even SARS-CoV in vitro. It might be a feasible tool for the prevention of control of ongoing COVID-19.
Could you imagine? Could you? This is fucked up.
Go ahead, enlighten us.
Could you? Could you imagine what a chicken would be saying when they watch you dip your toast in their yolk? My amniotic fluid.
Billy. Think about how fucked up that actually is. You eat eggs in front of like, they're my pet chickens. I was like, wow, where'd you get the eggs? My pet chickens.
Yeah.
We are fucked up. They're so delicious though.
Oh my god. You drink the yolk. Rocky had it right the whole time then. That's why Sylvester Stallone has never gotten COVID. He drank those raw eggs in Rocky.
Well, that's why I brought up earlier. I was like, I eat a shit ton of eggs. I'm like, that's maybe one of the reasons why when I got COVID, I barely did anything. Because I eat like fucking 4, 5, or 6 eggs at a rip when I eat them. And it's not every day, but...
Oh, no. There's eggs going...
that's probably like 3, 4 times a week anyway.
My domicile, my castle... my castle, whatever you want to call it. Eggs every morning. There's at least 1 or 2 going... Everybody's eating at least 1 or 2. And... Yeah, God... And that's the worst part. The big one, 15 now, eats like, oh, can I have a couple of eggs for breakfast and some Spam? Can I have some Spam and eggs? Sure. How much do you want? Well, I'll take the whole can of Spam and a few eggs. How many is a few? 6. For fuck's sakes.
You gotta get chickens.
Yeah.
Gotta get chickens.
I gotta get a lot of cocks.
Yeah, you do. You know what's up. Holy cripe.
Especially but big black roosters.
I have to get... Oh, what are they called? They're the fuzzy ones.
Rhode Island.
No. I can't remember what they're called. I know the name if I heard it. Anyway.
Dingoes?
I gotta get chickens. Because they eat bugs.
Hey, great. Shadow bed. Ticks, yeah.
And they give us eggs.
No. Chickens won't wait.
Yeah, ticks, fleas.
Yeah, chickens will eat them.
Mites. Heat-seeking missiles.
Peacocks are good for those too. Did you know a peacock female isn't called a peacock?
You know how loud and obnoxious they are?
Called a peachick or something like that.
That sounds like a
peahen or something like that.
A peon?
Maybe, I don't know. The female peacock is called something different. Peacocks are actually only the men.
Of course.
Fucking sexist animal.
That makes sense to me.
How dare the male peacock affirm his gender or his title onto the whole species. That's who the woke culture needs to go after next, peacocks.
You really think they're going to?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Did you hear that thing of the Aretha Franklin?
Oh, my God. Like, for fuck's sakes, let it go. You make me feel like a trans woman. What the fuck is that? Don't ask me for a definition.
Can you define yourself?
No, but yeah, I heard about that. That's even worse, dude. Like, and you know what? We were talking about the woke culture, the black community, the white community, the Italian community, all that stuff. We were talking about all that earlier.
Right.
You know what's funny? At what point do you think everybody that has started all of these movements, all of these active groups, how many of them do you think are going, fuck, all you're trying to do was get away with some shit. Now you guys are going after everything.
That's what I mean. The fucking pedophile shit. Like, it's the problem for, like, obviously I can't speak for all conservatives and Republicans, like, on the right. But the way
Democrats,
I see it
Republicans, conservatives, whatever.
The way I see it is most level-headed people don't have a problem with like the gay community or anything we want our equal rights. Fine, whatever. Like, whatever. The problem is the people that try to ride that wave. Like, I tongue-in-cheek said the pedophile
pedos.
movement. Yeah, shit like that. It's like, oh, we're going to ride this wave. He's like, yeah, we want our rights too. So they're going to this whole LGBTQ thing, and they're like, we fucking said this over and over and over, but they ride this wave, and they're like, yeah, we're a part of it. And it's like that one... You want to have is like, all right, the LGBT community are on a tour bus with the open top on top. They're like, yeah, let's go. We're going on a trip. And they go under an overpass. And there's the creepy fucking guy. It's like, they're coming. And they jump off a bridge onto the overpass, hanging on the side. And they're like, get the hell out of here.
You're right. We did joke. I mean, we made a lot of jokes about this shit. For God's fucking sake. Next, it's going to be women want rights. For fuck's sakes.
Or lefts.
Oh, we're joking. No, but seriously.
Yeah, YouTube. And TikTok. Fuckers, take it easy.
Trust me. For fuck's sake. No, seriously.
They already get rights.
Rights, lefts, for God's sake.
Up, down, left, right, hold.
No. The gender equality, the whole... I'm yelling. The whole gender equality, I've never once said men deserve, women deserve less. No, I've never said any of that.
This has nothing to do with gender.
What I'm saying is, like, at what point are, for God's sakes, women nowadays, not all, the ones that are so far into this fucking cuckoo crazy feminist
woke culture,
woke agenda,
right,
where they're saying it's not fair. Like, did I send you the one video about the trans woman writing a book about why women, natural women, are inherently transphobic?
No, but I think I've heard something like that.
So there is a trans woman writing a book about how natural or cis women are inherently transphobic, whether they realize it or not. They are inherently transphobic because trans women have a choice to be of a lesser gender. This is a trans woman, okay? So this is a man who is getting his dick cut off, cut in half, and pushed inside to turn.
Oh my! Did you watch it?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
If you haven't, do yourself an unfavor.
I've seen a lot of things. And this is one of those where it's like...
That's one of the things that there's literally not... I mean, Faces of Death and all that shit from back in the day, most of that I think was fake, but that stuff from back in the day is what it is. For whatever reason, this is one video that I watched and I stopped partway through and had to force myself to finish it so I could see the whole process. Granted, it was
a computer generated.
Yeah, it was CG. It wasn't real, but just the fucking idea of what was going on watching it, I'm like, and there were so many steps.
Oh yeah.
Like, what?
Like, I watched it. I'm not gonna lie. I've never had a problem watching anything, and I've watched a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And it's all because I want the president, the FBI, to not search my history. I watched some crazy shit. Watching that video, I legit... Okay, I've said this about one other thing.
It was, like, uncomfortable.
Paranormal Activity. No offense. I'm glad it did as good as it did in the box office.
Good to see an indie film.
That was a movie that I genuinely sat and watched, and afterwards I legit looked at my wife and I'm like, that is this much time I will never get back in my life. I legit called everything. That's how predictable that movie was to me. There was no enjoyment. Very well done. Very nicely executed.
For $10,000? Awesome.
Oh, everything about it was
and
very
it made $100 million.
It was very well executed.
Right.
I did not enjoy it because I legit called the whole movie step by step.
You can do that with most movies, though. That's you know what that's called, buddy?
What?
Suspended disbelief.
No.
I don't wanna.
No, I wanted to be jump scared, but I'm sitting there like, Oh, cool. This is this. Okay. This is. I already know where this is going.
Of course you do. Like it was just a simple paranormal, demonic possession, supernatural movie. I mean, right out when you see Paranormal Activity, what the fuck? Paranormal Activity. The fucking title tells you what's going on.
So, okay, back to what we were talking about before. So this trans woman. So watching this video, I watched it. I'm like, I'll never get that time back in my life, and all for something that
goes back to playing a retro video game.
I've
done this over and over.
I honestly like. It was one of those. I probably could have gone the rest of my life without ever having seen that, and probably would have never changed anything.
That's also most movies.
Yeah. Except plumber never shows up when I call him, or accepts payment like I try to offer.
Sega CD. Plumbers don't wear ties. I think it's Sega CD. Anyway,
so yeah,
nothing to fucking do with.
So this
this train really.
This trans woman is writing a book. So he was born. So it was born a man, and it is becoming a woman. This person writes. This trans woman writes is writing a book, basically describing how natural women, naturally born, genetically born women, are transphobic inherently because they don't have a choice. This person goes on to say, like they describe how they're writing the book, like, you know, natural women, you know, they're transphobic because we choose to be of a lesser gender. We choose to drop the pay. We choose to accept a lower pay rate. We choose to accept to be victimized and oppressed.
What?
We're choosing this hard lifestyle. They didn't have that choice.
So, wait, what?
Yeah.
So, what fucking side of the fence is she playing here?
This
is like a 4-way fence, and she's sitting right in the corner post. Right in the corner post.
She didn't want to sit there. She got stuck there, and now she has to
spinning around. She's spinning around.
So basically,
where do I want to dip my toes today?
Basically, she's trying to paint this picture that women.
She's oppressed, sexist, male, misogynistic.
Well, no, you can't call
feminist.
You can't call this trans woman a sexist person because they are becoming a woman. They identify as a woman.
But what?
What
she's saying is like, I choose to be at a lower, whatever, value. So she's misogynistic.
She's choosing to be a second-class citizen.
but she's also claiming to be I'm lost in this fucking thing. I don't get what she's like. What is she trying to push here?
I don't know.
Whatever the fuck.
This trans woman is trying to push the agenda that the reason natural women, there are so many women are so upset about how, like, in the Congress, the House of Representatives, right, all this stuff going on, how they're attacking the way people are saying men can give birth, men can get pregnant,
but they can't.
Exactly, they can't. But this trans woman is trying to say the reason women feel like that is because they're transphobic, because being of a lesser gender and everything that comes with it, they don't have a choice. They're born into it. But they can choose to be a man and get out of it.
Really weird,
right?
She's
fucking
identifying herself or her whole group as being lesser. But that I can't wrap my head around. I am lesser. Like, so I'm like, so are you fighting for your rights? Or
why are you talking and not making me a sandwich?
Yeah. Well,
for God's fucking sake, there's a stove, there's a fridge. I expect a meal in 30 seconds.
But I'm like, wait, like, I don't know. That one's hard to wrap my head around. Because
I like making sandwiches.
She's fighting for her right, or she's not.
I've had like 7 today.
You're a great housewife.
Oh, I love making sandwiches. I don't know why. Today was such a good day.
Then, of course, making a hard segue.
That's fine. We're good at that.
We do it frequently. Biden's classified documents and Mike Pence's classified documents.
Oh, God.
So they found 3 different...
Next to his Corvette. Oh, yeah, I got a Corvette.
Yeah, it's in a locked garage.
Next to his Corvette.
So here's... well, first off, what was your initial reaction to this? Like, yeah, actually, not even initial. Just like right off, there's three separate times they found classified documents. So there's a
What
whole
were
bunch.
they?
That's it. Because a classified document was a national security sensitive material, or was it a food manifest? Like, because their food manifestos are considered classified.
Well, so initially, even like when President Donald Trump went through it, excuse me, first words out of my mouth were, well, what were they?
Yeah.
Because if they're
We
not,
still have no idea. Remember, they released the documents, and it was 70-some pages. I think we brought it up, and just about all of it was redacted.
Oh yeah,
There was like one fucking page that wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, how the hell is anyone? And it was like words like with or the.
Yeah.
Like, and then the rest of it, there were pages upon pages, just black lines. Everything was redacted. I'm like, why even fucking bother releasing this?
My next thought was, well, regardless, okay, as long as it's nothing too sensitive, okay, I'm happy that whatever that was classified
Right.
was
Confiscated.
confiscated.
And this was
reobtained.
This was documents from when he was vice president.
Yeah, that he shouldn't have had.
Well, there's also a catch there. Because if he, as acting vice president during the Obama administration, classified them or deemed them classified, he can declassify them and have them. Or he can declassify them or have them if he's the one that classified them.
Yeah.
If not, then that's the whole other argument where everyone's like, well, he's not supposed to have them. It's like, well, under one circumstance he can. Otherwise,
regardless, that's what I was going to say going into that. First reaction, what was it? Serious or not serious?
Right.
Regardless of what, okay, as long as it's nothing that's going to hurt our country, fine. I'm happy. But now we have to take that second step. Should he have had them or should he have not had them?
Right.
If he was okay to have them, fucking drop it. Let it go. This country's got enough shit going on. Let's give the guy some fucking breathing room to get back into what I would hope would be a sensible state of fucking mental well-being to maybe start doing some shit right.
Right.
Or B, if he's not supposed to have it, kick that motherfucker in the balls and put him through the ringer.
Well,
Every president before this, every president after this, that's what's making me so mad about everything going on right now. The fact that this whole from 2016 to now, everything has been so fucking drama. It's like watching two fucking chicks in 6th, 7th grade fight over who's sucked the most dick.
It's actually, it's
like, is it really worth fighting over?
It's a great analogy that there's someone said that.
Or two dudes. Now, sorry, I'm not trying to be sexist. Could be two dudes fighting over who sucked the most dick, or two girls.
Politically, right now, we're at a point where both sides is basically, both of them represented by one person leaving the building, running to a police officer, and then both pointing at each other and going, "Arrest him, officer. He did insert whatever."
Yeah. Oh, I'll insert something.
Here's something. What if, because Trump's going through the same thing right now. That was the first one back in, August?
Yeah.
So he's going through the same thing. And now Biden is. And a lot of the Democratic Party doesn't want Biden to run again.
Oh, yeah.
What if what they're doing right now, this is another deep state thing, conspiracy theory. What if the deep state is doing this to Biden, prepping him to not be the president for the next term or the next 4 years after his term now? So what they can basically do to keep Trump out would be like, listen, we're even doing this to Biden. So if Biden can't be president, then you sure as hell can't be president again. So it's just basically two birds with one stone, or whatever the fucking term is now. We already talked about that.
Yeah, because that's... But here's the thing. Here's my theory on that. Trump's been cleared, I thought. Trump was cleared.
He was cleared. Well, his tax records, remember, was cleared.
No, I know about that.
He's been impeached twice, and they cleared him both times.
No, I know about the taxes and all that stuff being cleared. No, I was talking about these classified documents.
I believe that's still ongoing.
Hold on, I'll look it up.
Double check
that was cleared.
Double check that. But yeah, you brought up that letting this go with Biden in office, so maybe he can get to a clear head of making decisions. Kind of like dealing with the Chinese surveillance balloons that were found over Montana and Latin America, like decisions like that. Because soft segue, because that's that's interesting to say the least, especially because initially we didn't do anything with it. which everyone blamed Biden for, of course. They're like, how come Biden's not shooting them out of the air? Why isn't he doing anything about them? And the initial reaction, including myself, go ahead.
CNBC posted this. Judge dismisses Trump's case challenging Mar-a-Lago document seizure after appeal court ends special massive review. It is...
So it was either he was...
Oh, no, he's sued. Hold on. Is it still ongoing?
Oh, Trump's lawsuit?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, I meant the whole thing.
Oh, yeah. I was saying Trump's lawsuit was dropped, yeah. That I know. But as far as the documents themselves, I'm pretty sure it was still going, but maybe not. But anyway.
Continue, I'm sorry.
So everyone, initially when nothing was done about the balloons, everyone was like, well, why isn't Biden doing anything about it? Why haven't they been shot down yet? Why aren't we taking this balloon in Montana down? And a lot of people were saying, well, that's because we're already bought and paid for by the Chinese government. So they're like, oh, just don't get them in our airspace. But then there was something brought up, and I was like, well, that's an interesting take. Suppose there's a bioweapon on it. And
somebody said something about seeding.
Yeah, and you do that, and now you've just fucking like released a bioweapon over Montana. Montana has a lot of our nuclear silos, or has a lot of nuclear silos. So there was surveillance equipment over that, and if they use LiDAR, they can find out, see exactly where they are.
Yeah.
Another theory was it was just a decoy, basically, or not a decoy, but kind of a test run. They'll send this in there to see how we react to it. Are they just going to automatically shoot it down? Are they going to try to capture it? What are they going to do with it? And the fact that it made it all the way to Montana, a balloon that's the size of 3 buses, that's impressive. Especially because we have all this like supersonic technology and everything throughout the world, all this tech in warfare,
and we're still using balloons.
It's brilliant. They sent a fucking balloon over.
We'll be ready to go in about 3 weeks.
They sent a balloon over, and it got all the way it got almost halfway across the fucking. How did we miss this?
So
who else didn't see it? I mean, it goes over the Rockies, but it hits the West Coast. Granted, if it went over Oregon, Washington, anything like that, it's so fucking cloudy. It's like they're not going to see it. Rains 60 or 62% of the year rains over there.
So Mar-a-Lago, I guess, is still ongoing.
Yeah. Okay.
Because apparently there was thousands of pages, and they all need to go under review.
Yeah. So that'll be like 5 or 6 years.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But yeah, going back to that, that's why some people think that when the Biden thing came out, when the FBI went and searched, not raided, they raided Trump. They're just searching Biden. But some people think, well, the FBI's going in there to clear anything that shouldn't be there before they actually do an active investigation. Yeah.
Probably.
More deep state.
More deep state. Very deep state.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, fucking,
state.
I'm just Joe Schmo, nobody, in upstate talking about this, so I'm not there. I don't know.
Yeah, because we've never been right about random shit we've joked about in the past.
It's disgusting sometimes.
You're right. We're the fucking Nostradamus of the dumb gen.
Well, with that. So, yeah, and then what?
I pooped today.
A day or two later, there's another balloon in Latin America over their airspace.
Yeah.
So what that is and where it's coming from, well, obviously it's China, but I don't remember if I sent that stuff to you or not, but what was your initial reaction to Chinese?
What's sad? Maybe this is left, right, center, whatever you want to call it, is starting to pull the wool over my eyes. Because you know what I first thought about when I heard? I'm like, oh, fuckers are doing more weather research.
Really? Yeah.
That's the first thing that came up. Like,
a weather balloon.
Fucking weather balloon, for God's sakes.
Just like in the 40s when the UFO is a weather balloon.
And then the conspiracy theory started to, in the back of my head it was, hey, Hey, and I'm like, fuck, shut up, leave me alone.
Not today.
Playing video games. Hey, fucking shut. Oh, you're hungry, aren't you?
There might be more to this.
So then I fed the little fucker, and all of a sudden it's, oh, okay.
All right, I'm thinking. Go ahead.
All right, I'll let you make me think. For God's sakes. Nah, but then honestly, when you stop and think about it, what better way than how's the old saying go? The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. What better way to spy on people than to come up with the most outlandishly prehistoric, stupid way to do it? There's no way some freaking foil balloon could record me. As some dude in China. I like his laugh. He's got beautiful lasses.
America laugh. So infectious. Jesus.
I'm coming. I am sorry. That's about as racist as it can get, right?
I like Kung Pao Enter the Fist too.
Thank you for saying that for me. That was real good. It was like perfect.
My name is Charlie. I am a racist.
Fucking asshole.
AI generated porn. It's right up your alley, buddy.
What?
Hey, you're not dubbing yourself.
Fuck you. What are you talking about? Up my alley. For God's sakes, if I want to watch a skin flick, I want to make sure they don't know I'm there and it's in person.
AI generated porn, perfect for you. You can make it anyone you want, doing anything you want. Apparently, there was a Twitch streamer that there were people sending his wife pictures or screenshots of this porn that was generated of the Twitch streamer and his wife. You know how how they have those apps that you can put celebrity
Face
faces,
over, yeah,
like that kind of stuff. Well, now it's getting to the point where you can actually take people and generate them doing whatever. And we were talking about it before. When I says, "Oh man, I put Ghostbusters in all the horror movies," shit like that. Mm-hmm. Well, now there's AI generated porn where it's hard. It's getting harder to tell it's fake.
Is it getting hard?
It does. But they also have Elon Musk has the AI voice. The voiceover thing where he can make it anyone basically say anything, which is kind of fucking scary if you think about it. It's like we're going to get to a point where you can basically make you doing something or saying something and be like, that wasn't me. It's like, you're right here. It's like, that wasn't fucking me. It'd be like Minority Report or some shit like that. No, or on a lesser note,
hey,
The
just
Sixth
so we're
Day.
fucking clear, I do not fuck off. AI porn right up my alley. I prefer real
Right up my ass.
porn. I prefer the classics, the greats. Sylvia Saint, Jenna Jameson.
That other one. I don't bother.
Michaels, Sherry DeVille, Corey Chase, Danny Daniels,
Pam Anderson.
Pam Anderson.
She's got a new thing on Netflix.
Yeah.
Eventually I'll watch it. But
Pam
anyway,
Love Story or some shit.
So they so they were sending screenshots.
I'm more into the hentai.
Of course you are. They were sending screenshots of their faces or their scenes or whatever to them.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So this Twitch... Okay, hold on.
Okay, so the Twitch streamer and his wife
is receiving
screenshots of them.
Him and his own wife. So what's this guy's problem?
In porn. Well, she's like mentally distressed over it. But what happened? I mean, what if you got screenshots of you and your wife? Again, right up your alley.
Well, no, hold on. Hold on. First thing I'm going to look at, and I don't care how this fucking sounds, is, well, at least did they put me on like a dude's body with a big dick? Yes! That is totally real. That is totally me.
That's me.
You know, I know, look at the birthmark on the inner thigh. Charlie, there is no birthmark on his thigh. Fuck, someone put it in the
Yeah, I don't have one either.
Here's my thing. And I guess this is just me being desensitized, I guess you could say. You want to send me an AI porn of you and me banging a fucking Dumbo, Pinocchio doll? Be my guest.
Awesome.
I'm going to sit there and laugh at it. Like, that was a good one. They actually put some heart into it.
Well, at least I don't get slivers this time.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, if I didn't do it, I ain't fucking worried about it.
Well,
I don't care what anybody else thinks about it.
There's like
Be my
IP.
guest.
There's IP and like, you know, all that kind of stuff because someone's making money off this.
Oh, yeah.
This is where my issue would come from because I kind of have the same
Licensing
mentality
rights.
of you. It's like okay, you're gonna do whatever you're gonna
Likeness
do.
rights.
But here's also where a problem lies because there are jobs that you have where if something like that gets out, you're gone. Now, if something like that gets out, now you have punitive damages. Now you have to fucking go to court and fight all that bullshit and do that.
Yes and no. Yes and no. 100% yes and no. And here's why. If, let's say, that somebody puts up something with those faces,
Right.
you both are in a world of trouble.
Right.
Right? Why? They're not going to come to you and say, is this legit? That's what the employer should do.
Early days,
And if
early days, no. Because
Nowadays,
not a lot of people
yes.
even fucking know about it.
But come on, in all honesty, anybody over the age of 25 who actually is working or trying to be a
Which
productive
apparently
member of
that's
society.
less and less because the workforce has disappeared.
Yep. Anybody above the age of 25 with any true fucking work ethic should be able to say, yeah, I should get my chance to defend myself.
Right.
You want to fire me? What for? Oh, because of this. Well, did you ask me if it's legit or not? Well, no. Okay, well, then my lawyer will be calling you next.
Right.
You're right. There is an image that needs to be protected. But in the same breath, at the end of the day, if it's not you, and you can prove it's not you, you should suffer no repercussions.
I think you should at least get a royalty check.
Likeness rights. Fuck yeah.
That's what I think. Like, listen, you do whatever you want to do on your website and let all the creepers watch me fucking bone a jackhammer or whatever.
What?
Yeah. I was going to jackhammer a jackrabbit.
Okay. I was like, for some reason, I actually knew that's what you were trying to say.
It's weird. We've been friends a while, so that's why.
20 fucking years almost. 03.
So yeah. So I think they can do whatever they want to do if they want to watch that, but I want to have a check in the mail at the end of every month.
Oh, hell yeah. I agree. Give me a likeness rights check every day, every month.
It'd be nice to get, even if it's like minute. It's like, I get an extra $500 every month.
Fuck, I'll take like a tank of gas.
Yeah, you need it more than I do.
No, yeah. Oh, had to buy a new car.
You told me that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am tapped. I'll get you this week.
Oh, so yeah, there's I've sent you the whole 15-minute community thing, right?
No.
That was the whole idea where they basically, like, there's people in Davos, the World Economic Forum. They want to make this idea of 15-minute communities a reality. That being, we'll have urban areas or cities, basically, where everything you need is in a small area within 15 minutes.
Oh.
So there would be no need for vehicles or anything like that. Basically, people on top of people. Like,
You can
I mean,
walk-
what cities are anyway, but people on
Yeah,
top
but when
of
it
people.
takes you 20 minutes to get from the top of your building to the bottom.
But everything would be in your building. It's basically that. It's not like, I'm going to go out down 2 blocks to find whatever.
You mean
Joe Schmo's shop.
You're 2018 Total Recall?
You wouldn't have to leave your building. Like, that's basically what they're doing here. This is from Forbes talking about this. If you're an urbanite, how long does it take to get to a supermarket? What about a public park, pharmacist, primary school? For proponents of the 15-minute city planning concept, the answer to all of those questions should be less than 15 minutes. On first glance, the concept is very simple: to create neighborhoods and cities where a person can meet a host of their basic needs via a short walk or bike ride. Larger cities also tend to include public transit in the mix. Exactly what defines short varies from place to place. Copenhagen, blah, blah, blah.
Chewing tobacco?
Yep.
Tobacco spit.
Just explain that story today.
Oh, really? Whoa, tobacco spit. Oh, shit.
Oh, jeez. The planning model was formally proposed by
so
French
much
Colombian
work to
scientists.
put as much of that. So it was root beer.
Was it root beer? I thought it was
was-
Coca-Cola. I know it was a dark soda.
It was root beer because I was the one spitting into the balloon. The blow up beach ball.
It wasn't even a bottle. That's
It was a blow up beach ball.
He chucked it over the fucking dump truck. Or whatever it was, like a garbage truck or
It was a dump truck,
Yeah.
and it exploded against the wheel.
But it's just the way, because what?
Because I was, the
All right,
fucking
this is-
college kids probably just threw their tobacco spit at me.
This is a fucking side story. Back in college, we like band camp. We were going to lunch one day, and was it me, you, Puma?
It's a zombie.
It was me, you, Puma, and Justin, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to lunch one day, and
You had the Chrysler sleeper.
yep,
Because the roof was down.
I had the convertible. My roof was down.
My little puddles of
So we're going down to get lunch, and we're driving down, and you were what, in the back seat?
No, I was in the passenger
Oh,
seat.
you were in the passenger. Okay.
Justin and Puma were in the back.
So you were
Because even for some reason back then,
you
even
tell the story because I can't fucking get through it.
all right. So we go down and get lunch. We might have indulged a little bit before we went back.
The tiki time.
It's tiki time. Yeah, we indulged in some tiki time, and I don't know what possessed me to, but we got these.
Tiki time.
We were all talking about this cheap shit we got from the community college we were going to. So Puma's sitting there, oh, look at this. Oh, he's going through the bags, ragging on everything. I don't know what possessed me to do it. I think Justin said
Tiki
something.
time.
Justin said something about filling up the little beach ball. It was a little mini beach ball. But inflatable. He said we should fill it up with water or something like that. I forgot what. And I'm like, I got that. So I took it. I had a large root beer, no ice. And I sat there, started taking sips. In between sips, I'm spitting it into this inflatable mini beach ball. Now, from McDonald's, where we were, well, this video just got demonetized. We're never getting McDonald's as a sponsor.
Whatever.
So from McDonald's to our community college was maybe what, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Like 2 miles down the road.
In a total of 2 minutes, I had filled half this blow up beach ball with root beer soda and saliva and air, and it was just gross. It was just gross. Somehow, somewhere, we got swishing it around. And I'm pretty sure Puma made the comment about it looks like tobacco spit. And I know as soon as we took that right onto the road, the back road.
He actually went the back way.
We went the back way. Out of nowhere, this dump truck's coming down. And I'm like, oh, tobacco spit. And I hooked it over my shoulder like this. And it hits the side of a dump truck and goes. Of course,
the way the whole tobacco spit thing, it just made me think like the poor guy gets hit with it, and it's like this isn't the fucking first time this has happened. It's tobacco spit again.
This guy, as a due fashion, just being the group we were, pedaled right down, lifted her up, and we left. And
As much as a C ring would lift up anyway.
And the whole time we're like, that poor guy, he's got to go. He's going to be washing his truck later. Like, oh, it's fucking
Kids again.
fucking tobacco spit.
I hate college kids. And then here you are, a truck driver now.
Yeah, I'm a truck driver. Fuck yeah. I get to yell at college kids for throwing tobacco spit in my truck.
Oh my God. For the love of God, please one day come here and tell me that college kids threw fucking beach ball full of something at your truck.
Oh, I swear
I
to
don't know
God.
what it was.
I swear to God, if anything like that ever happens, I will straight up video chat you on the spot.
Look at this.
Watch me fuck these kids up. It's like 30, 20-something-year-old college kids. Come on, motherfucker.
They yeah, so anyway, going all the way back, the whole 15-minute community thing. Turning us into rat-topias.
Yeah.
That's basically where as soon as I see it, I'm like, I just don't like the idea. We already have a problem. Anytime there's anyone's stuck inside for X amount of time. Look at what fucking happened in COVID. How much depression and suicide happened in COVID. Ruined marriages because they were just stuck inside. Now you want to make a whole community? It's like, well, everything's going to be right inside.
Wait, COVID ruined marriages? Yeah.
Well, actually, could you say COVID ruined it, or COVID actually is like they
unknowingly brought to light a lot of issues.
I was going to say that
with a lot of people.
It raised the veil on a lot of things. Like, wait a minute.
It's like COVID was the asshole roommate that pulled the bag off of her head and turned the light on. You asshole!
COVID, I fucking knew you'd do this.
You're never going to another party again. The whole time COVID's like, I'm in your dick.
See you later, fucker.
Oh, my dick itches now.
I gotta fly 4 feet from the ground.
Oh, fuck. But yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, we'll blame ruined. We will blame ruined marriages on it's all COVID's fault.
That's right.
Marriages, jobs, friendships, relationships, lives, endorphins.
You see the thing that was going around with the Bills game a couple weeks ago? DeMar Hamlin.
Oh.
And a lot of people are saying, was that really DeMar Hamlin? When he was at the game? No. There's a lot of people that were pointing out some indiscrepancies when he was at the game.
Oh.
And he was like wearing all the shit and everything, watching the game. It's like, well, that's him. It's well, he's supposed to be on oxygen. And someone showed a video of him. I don't know if it was that day or the day before, sometime where he was barely hobbling around. But then you see him at the game, like the love sign, fucking bullshit and all that kind of stuff. That's not what I meant, asshole. He's not that bad.
If anything, it's probably the same fucking people that were like the Avril Lavigne thing.
I didn't hear anything about that. What happened there?
The Avril Lavigne replacement?
No. This is the same people, the Joe Biden replacement?
Oh, yeah. Same community.
This is a weird fucking conspiracy community. Everyone's not who they are. They were actually replaced years
Justin
ago.
Bieber, Elvis Presley, Joe Biden, Britney Spears, fucking Avril Lavigne, Eminem.
Ultimate Warrior.
Yep. They did this whole conspiracy theory community.
See? It's not just me.
You'll know I've been replaced when I actually speak without sounding retarded.
He's very fluent.
Oh, my God.
I don't think you can say that.
What?
The whole speak word.
What's what did I say?
You just cock your head like a dog.
What did I say?
Anyway.
Okay, Blue. Stop looking at my balls, weirdo.
Yeah, so... Oh, jeez. Brazil's Capitol riot, their January 8th Capitol riot, same thing that happened with us on January 6th, except this year, obviously. And they had their riot. I went to, speaking of January 6th, I went to the bookstore today. And in their current events section, there are so many fucking books specifically on January 6th. So many books. And when we're not even at the end of it yet. So all the books are speculative. Everyone's just opinions.
Oh, God.
But there's so many.
It's a cash grab.
It is. It's exactly what I mean, really, any current events is. But it is. Definitely a cash grab.
Write a book on something you only know a little bit of information about, but claim to be an expert in.
Oh, you mean like the Green Deal?
You mean like The View?
Yeah. I mean, we're technically the poor man's version of The View. Except we've been right, I think, more times than they have. And I don't mean right, left. Oh, no, that is true.
We're right because we're men and they're women. They don't have rights. And shouldn't be allowed to vote or drive. Way to go, Whoopi.
Oh, YouTube.
It's like...
It was nice while it lasted.
I was going to say, it's like these jokes, just someone lobs and says, this will be the one to get him canceled. Don't swing on it, Charlie. And the whole time you're like, no. And I'm like...
With a giant inflatable bat that's like this. Like, easy. Boink.
I love women, though.
Biden banning gas stoves is also in there.
Oh, God.
Hochul's New York agenda, talking about the whole getting rid of gas everything. I've heard 2025. I also heard 2035. I think 2035 is vehicles.
2035.
But was it 2027 is everything new that's built in New York State is not going to have gas anything in it. It's all going to be electric. Which, again, this has been said over and over. And actually, me and my uncle just had this discussion when it comes to trucks. But even further than trucks, just anything in general, our infrastructure cannot fucking handle it.
No.
There's no way. We have blackouts and brownouts in New York City in hot summers when everyone's running their AC.
Speaking from a commercial driver's perspective, these batteries, these fucking EV vehicles, they do not have, especially for someone like your uncle. There's no fucking way.
Because what?
Infrastructure or not, there's no way an EV motor can run long enough to move him far enough.
Because what are these, like, without a load, these batteries only get, what, 200-300 miles?
Yeah.
Without a load. Now you throw on a load, which is
80,000 fucking pounds.
Yeah. That's has to drastically drop.
See, a buddy of mine made a good point. He goes, I can see them integrating EV into the diesel or the commercial industry.
Like a hybrid.
Basically,
Or
EV-driven diesel-powered EV motors.
Mm-hmm.
Like the diesel will keep the engine will keep the battery turning
Right.
to generate the power to move them.
So the diesel's not actually running the truck, the battery is.
Yes.
The diesel's just keeping the battery charged.
In an essence, which would drastically reduce the amount of diesel fuel a truck would need.
I didn't even think about that. That's not a bad idea.
It's a very realistic idea, but you are still diesel dependent.
Right.
And I'm sorry. So I don't know if your uncle's ever driven a natural gas powered combustion engine truck. They exist.
Mm-hmm.
I've driven one.
Mm-hmm.
Thing's gutless,
Mm-hmm.
but it'll get the job done. Natural gas is what? A naturally occurring
Right.
fuel. Why the fuck aren't we investing in that more? Natural gas motors are actually I think it's
But that goes back to, especially now, that goes back to the whole green thing. They're not going to, because they're getting rid of natural gas stoves, they're not going to have fucking natural gas vehicles when they're trying to get rid of all this shit. You're not going to see that.
Why
Especially
turn
in
your
New York,
back on a
especially in
fucking-
California, you're not going to see it.
Why turn your back on a fucking fuel source that's naturally occurring?
Because of global warming.
Natural gas, I think it's Cat. I'm pretty sure it's Cat.
At least
He's putting out a 500. They are in the process of putting out a 500 horsepower tractor trailer or tractor road tractor engine.
right.
This thing will compete with diesel, from what I've been told and what I've read. It will,
Or natural gas.
but natural gas powered.
What if they have natural gas, like your diesel idea, charging a battery, but using natural gas?
Same
Wouldn't
concept.
that be cheaper and cheaper yet?
That would be cheaper. We would never have to go without the fuel because it's naturally occurring.
And plus, you wouldn't have to rely on solar panels or anything else. So that would kind of be the best of both worlds. I'm
Well, you
sure
could-
there's a bunch of fucking specs and everything that we're looking over, and it's like, well, this would be kind of this and that. I don't know. I'm not a fucking engineer.
Well,
But
much
just-
like the solar panel cars that are hybrids. The whole design was based solely so that, because people are like, oh, well, electric vehicles, solar powered. What happens when there's no sun? Okay, well, that's what the hybrid is for. Because
Right.
now you've got a fuel-based, chargeable, fuel-based.
Basically, what I think those are is using the electric as your secondary.
Mhm.
Like I mean, it's still a gas-powered vehicle, but if you're in a spot where you can just switch to battery, or at least have like a 50-50 or however it works,
Yeah, I know a girl that I used to
that's more of a gas
Well-
saver.
a girl that I used to work with. She can run a tank of gas for like 2-3 weeks
Right.
because she's got a hybrid, because she'll use her charge
Mm-hmm.
for the ride there, but she only gets like a 4-hour turn. So, and it takes
Like 24 hours or something to charge. I mean, depending on the charger you have, like how many actual, like, was it,
sorry.
I don't know what the actual voltage is in it, but the it all depends on like what that how powerful your charge is, because it's
Yeah,
either
the
24.
current.
I've heard like 48 or
The
70,
draw,
60
how
some
much
hours.
the draw is.
Yeah,
Because like with these cell phones, we have fast chargers, we have
which
regular
kill the
chargers.
battery.
Yeah, but we also have regular chargers.
Right.
Where a fast charger will take your phone from 13% to 100% in 49 minutes.
Right.
But a regular charger will
It's
take
like
that.
2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
So-
But going back to the whole electric thing, like it's just, our grid can't handle it, and not the way they want to do it. They want to just rip the Band-Aid off and just go from A to B.
It won't happen.
It can't. I just don't see how it can, because
Because
everything
right-
is so reliant on petroleum.
Because right now, the majority of voter is this fucking woke agenda fucking bullshit. Because cancel culture, woke agenda, all this shit has gone to the point, like I was saying earlier, to the point where anybody who is a free thinker or has their own ideas or their own opinions and doesn't agree with the masses is labeled as this terrible existence of a human being.
Right.
And then that person doesn't get along or get ahead. They're ostracized, they're shot out, they're treated like shit.
Well, then they get pushed into echo chambers.
Something, regardless. They get removed from the general mass.
Right.
So, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. But speaking of woke, Star Wars drag show. Did you hear about that?
No.
It's from the post millennial. Star Wars is having their like con coming up, basically.
Yeah.
All right. So, Star Wars convention to feature drag panel for kids. On Monday, Twitter user That Gay Jedi revealed that Star Wars Celebration, the official convention for Star Wars fans, with tickets available for children ages 6 and up, will be hosting a panel titled Star Wars is a Drag. That Gay Jedi tweeted, "I am humbled, grateful, and over the forest moons of to announce that my SW Celebration panel with pencil, whatever, Star Wars is a Drag, exploring Star Wars through the art of drag, has been officially approved. We can't wait to share this with all of you." That Gay Jedi tweeted out the official panel description with a tweet which read, quote, "The long and rich history of drag has graced the world with entertainment, culture, political action, and so much more. It is no wonder that that today the art form has reached such a cultural significance that the truths and concepts of drag performance permeate countless aspects of our daily lives, including Star Wars." What in holy fuck does drag have to do with Star Wars? Nothing. It's a very simple answer. It's nothing. I'm going to answer it for everybody. Whether your answer is the same or different, it's nothing. It has nothing to fucking do with Star Wars. Why? What? There was a guy I heard say, and this is brilliant, just a regular guy, and he said, the problem with a lot of these movements right now is like everyone deserves equal rights. Nobody has the right to forcefully inject themselves in front of the line for anything, though. And that's exactly what stuff like this is doing. They're basically just butting in line, be like, look at me, I'm the center of attention. Everyone worship me. I was like, no.
So, hold on. You want to turn a cosplay
It's
into another version of cosplay.
it's drag. Which the whole
No, hold the fuck on. I want to go. You know what? I'm going to go and drag. I'm going to be a female Wookiee. Go ahead. Hate against me. I'm a female Wookiee.
I've never. Yes, I have. And the Star Wars.
You watched that porno too, didn't you?
No, I was gonna say the holiday special. Why?
She really Wookiee bored. Especially when you hit it with that surprise.
What in the holy hell? Some of the Star Wars very best characters embody various core principles of drag, whether it's Din Djarin's drag as personal expression and self-discovery.
What the fuck?
Asajj Ventress drag as queer rebellion, or Padme Amidala's drag as self-empowerment. The relevance of drag even spills out in the pages of... That's Luke and Leia's mother.
I know. When the fuck did she dress up? She's a woman dressing up as a woman.
The relevance of drag even spills out in the pages and screens of Star Wars and flows through the fandom itself through hobbies like cosplay. This is like big time yoga stretching right now. Look, they're wearing a special outfit. Must be drag.
Hold on a second. You got to clarify something. We're probably going to end on this one. You got to clarify something for me. What the fuck is drag?
Drag is like, let's say, I dress as a woman and do like fucking striptease or dancing kind of bullshit. It's what the big problem is down in, I think it was Florida, where there were drag shows for kids. That was like the big.
I remember that.
It was what, during the summer or something like that.
Yeah, this past summer. We had a few episodes about it.
The argument against it is, well, no, it's just it's cross-dressers or whatever, trans, exemplifying who they are. But on the other side of the token, it's like, no, those are sexual dances. You're exploiting your drag shows are expressing sexuality, which shouldn't have anything to do with kids.
I agree.
Now
with
going
that.
further than that, now you're doing this at a Star Wars convention where 6-year-olds and up are going to be, and you know it's going to be a lot of them because Star Wars, like it or not, people, is geared for children.
Fuck you.
Well, I'm a huge Star Wars buff, but
me too.
That's what it is.
So, okay, here's what I'm having a hard time understanding. How the fuck does the concept of a drag show apply to this cultural phenomenon that is based so far into the world of sci-fi? You have fucking Pig Snout Dude in A New Hope. You have Grievous, a robot fucking spider with a smoker with the voice of Lemmy from Motorhead. You got the fucking tube tentacle thing that
Twi'lek.
the guy that served under Hutt. What was that guy?
I don't know if he was a Twi'lek, but the Twi'leks are the one with the two. They're blue. I can't remember.
No, not the Twi'leks.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, the slug guy. His head looked like a goddamn fucking snake sluggy thing. You got
Oh, I know the answer.
you.
Nothing.
Okay.
It doesn't have anything to do with it.
You have Wookiees, Ewoks. You have what were the Gondors? Wait, Rancor.
Oh, the Rancor.
The Rancor. You have
Giant thing.
Rancors. You have droids.
Yeah. And Twi'leks.
You have
The
bounty hunters.
Lin Kuei.
You have Mandalorians. You
Kuei.
have Sith.
The Kuei.
Jedi. You have fucking
Dark Jedi. Yeah. It doesn't have anything to do with it.
no.
It's
cosplay.
Again, that's just one of those things where it's just something injecting itself into it.
They're trying to inject
And-
the terminology
and-
onto it that doesn't belong there at all whatsoever.
In the front of the line.
But there's nothing drag. Okay, somebody needs to.
I know. Well, Padme, remember? It was said. Padme was a drag queen.
But she's a woman dressing up as a glamorous woman. That's not drag.
You know what the problem is?
Because a drag queen, what is a man who dresses up in outlandish women's clothes and does sexually provocative, alluring dances.
Right. You know what the problem is? It was back in 2012 when they turned on the Large Hadron Collider in CERN. And everything went to shit since then. And you know what else has happened since then? And this is actually Dr. Michio Kaku cleared this up. But it was interesting when I initially came across was the whole core of the Earth stopped spinning, that whole thing. And that's basically the start of the movie The Day After Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently that's happened about every 70 years that happens. The core
stops.
The core of the Earth stops spinning and actually changes rotation. But then there's also, that's what is happening right now.
That explains.
CERN.
Full moon fuckers.
Full moon and the Large Hadron Collider, the God particle, and now we have drag shows at Star Wars and illegal documents and UFOs and China balloons And
I'm gonna go beat some.
what the fuck else did we talk about? Oh, women's rights and lefts. Bye.
I'm gonna go beat some antimatter out of my meat.